Hi everyone, and welcome to my Wednesday Live at 5. Today I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I know that you've been used to more recently meeting some of our amazing community champions, but today is deadline day. So if you are planning to join our courses, the foundational knowledge courses, you need to sign up today. So what I would say is there are some spaces left. If you've got any questions throughout this as you join, please drop them in the chat and I'll be delighted to answer as many as I can. If, however, you want more information and you watch this and you're not live, I'm obviously live now, then I have popped my phone number into the chat as well, so that you are very, very welcome to drop me a WhatsApp. That's probably the best way to talk to me today. I'm surprised I've got a voice left because there are so many people with lots of questions, and myself and the team are always delighted to talk to you and talk you through best next steps and obviously how to get started. So I just want to give you a little bit of an overview in why we do what we do. We are on a mission to get more mums into tech, more women into tech, I should say. However, anyone, whether you're an organisation watching and you want to train your team up, we can help and support you with that. Or you're an individual and you're at that stage in your life. Whether you're a stay-at-home mum, I speak to people that have been at home for 10 years, whether you're looking to pivot your career and do something completely different, which is where I got started and what I did, or you're being made redundant. And again, do you know, I speak to so many people that come on in tears because they're being made redundant. Think about it a different way. Just switch it up in your head. How exciting. Just do something new. I say reinvent. Probably reinvent isn't the right word because you've still already got your great industry knowledge, your transferable skills that you have already that we can't teach you. But what we can teach you is the foundational knowledge for a Salesforce career. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then absolutely drop a question in the chat or send me a WhatsApp. You can find me on LinkedIn and send me a direct message, but I am here genuinely to help and support you through next steps to changing your career. If you are already Salesforce qualified, if you already have that foundational knowledge from back end to front end, then I can help you with upskilling. So come to me and talk to me about being a consultant or building agents or being a business analyst or a project manager. I mean, whatever your question is, I am always delighted to talk you through best next steps, to advise you on where I think you should go next, and obviously to support you on your journey. So just going through that, I just wanted to say a couple of things about Salesforce specifically. You know, you might be sat there wondering, what is it? I don't have I don't have an IT background. I speak to plenty of people that are teachers that want to change their career, that are nurses, that are in all different industries, and they want to do something different. They want to get more flexibility, a better work-life balance. I mean, I hear this every single day. And do you know what? I did the course I'm going to tell you about. I changed my career, and I so wish I found this when my children were small. As I say, you don't have to be a mum. I'm a grandmother now. So I've got 3 adorable little granddaughters who I love with all my heart. But I do get now more time to spend with them than in my previous job where I was working from silly o'clock to silly o'clock. You all know those jobs. So what One question I get asked often is, what certification should I start with? Where do I start? So the certification you need to get under your belt is the Salesforce Platform Administrator certification. I also get asked, what do I do next? How do I apply for job roles? Well, the great news is that we offer training, and we also have a great recruitment team, and they can also help and support you to next stages of your career. I will caveat that with, there are no 100% guarantees with whatever you do in life. You all know that. But we've had some people go on to have some incredible careers out of doing training, and it's what I get out of bed for every day, because I love to watch people. They go on this learning journey, and wherever it takes them, I mean, there are many different routes that you can take. It's nice to get started, get your foot on the ladder, and then just see where it takes you. And like I say, if you've got any questions, I am always delighted to help you. So something else I would add is, again, another question that I'm asked is getting certified enough? I've got this nice shiny certification. Will that get me a job? Well, for some, yes, of course. For some, it does. But what we do offer, as well as your learning, is a work experience project with a real organisation. What that means is you get your hands dirty. You get to put into practice in a real work environment what you've learnt. Obviously, that can sometimes lead to a job role. Of course it can. If you do a great job, and of course they're looking for someone at that time, it can do. But if not, they will give you a reference. So having on your CV all those lovely transferable skills that you already have, all of that industry background that you already have, all of your experience over your career, plus you've now got, when you get to that point, Salesforce as well. And Salesforce is the #1 CRM in the world. It's used globally by thousands and thousands of organizations. And if you're planning to up sticks and move away, the certification is globally recognized as well. So you do your training with all that structure, support and guidance of Supermums. You go and take the certification direct with Salesforce. So like I say, that is globally recognized. So I'm just going to check and see in the comments if there's any messages or questions. I can't see any just yet, so I will continue on with the presentation. But like I say, please feel free to post a comment, because I am here to help and support you. As I said, and what I will do, I don't actually know if you'll see this, although I am live. I'm going to put my email address in there as well, because that might, if I could even remember what it is, that might also help you. So any questions, just ask away, ask them in the chat. I've put my email address in there on the bottom of the page that I've actually advertised on. My phone number is there as well. So again, you can WhatsApp me. As I've just said, the deadline for this particular course is today, so midnight tonight. So I'm around all evening, depending on where you are watching this from in the world, all afternoon, whatever. But if you've got any questions that come to mind that I can help you, if you don't ask in this forum now, then just ask me on email or on WhatsApp. I'm very, very conscious that a lot of people use WhatsApp. So I have conversations all day, every day on WhatsApp. So just feel free to add to those if you want to. So a little bit more I was going to say is that the foundational knowledge is where you learn Salesforce from the back end to the front end. As I said, It can create a different career. You can then upskill and do more things. The larger, especially the larger corporate companies, will have a large team of Salesforce professionals working for them. So again, get your foot on the ladder, learn the foundational knowledge, and then see where it takes you. And of course, you might decide to do something else along the way. Something else that I always preach, so anyone that knows me will have heard me say this, is it's not just about what you know, it's about who knows what you know. So you do need to build up your personal brand. Again, something we can help you with. So building up your personal brand means bringing yourself to the forefront and letting everyone else know what you've done and what you're doing. Because again, you might even be approached on LinkedIn. If you're following the right people, we all know it's about being in the right place at the right time. So build up your personal brand. Again, we can help you with that. We have career advice drop-in sessions every week. But I would say, if this is something that you're considering, just reach out to me. I am always here. I'm always delighted to help. And I'm always happy for you to go on this journey, because I love to see where it takes you. So if you think about, just thinking about probably some transferable skills, think about customers, think about sales processes, think about customer service, which always gets a big tick for me. Think about data and reporting. And Salesforce technology supports business processes. So understanding the why behind what you're building is so, so important. Things like users, permissions, permission sets, objects, fields, relationships, automations, reports and dashboards, which may not mean a lot to you right now. You can learn this from, as I've said, we've had florists doing the course. So you don't have to have a technical background or technical knowledge to start. Things like, you don't need to be a data scientist, as I said, but you do need to understand why quality data matters. Quality data is a big must, and how businesses use it. So in terms of, your own skills, things like communication, listening is a big one as well. I always say to people, listen before you respond, so that you understand the question first. We all know about questions and prompts these days with AI. Problem solving, understanding what somebody actually needs is such an incredibly valuable Salesforce skill. And like I say, never, ever dismiss your transferable skills, because they are so important. I think, as I say, I've been on this journey. I did the course with Supermums because I wanted that structure and support. I think it's so important to be able to learn it. Like I said, it's such a fantastic achievement when it's so exciting when you actually get your certification, and everyone in the community is so excited for you and will share in your success as well. It's a really great community to be part of. And something I always say is, remember, everyone, no matter what you've been doing previously, will probably have that imposter syndrome. That's either that's a Marmite sentence, isn't it? Because some people are like, oh, don't keep talking about imposter syndrome. But it's so true, because you don't need to know everything. So I think when you go on a learning journey, whatever that learning journey looks like, it's like a roller coaster, isn't it? You start on it and you think, that's it. I get it. That's clicked in my head. And then next week you go, oh my goodness, where am I? But I think all of the learning journey is, really great for your resilience. I spoke to a lady today and she was telling me that I'm just looking to see if there's any messages. There's nothing in the chat at the moment. So as I say, keep listening. And if I can help you, let me know. I spoke to a lady today. I spoke to many people today, ladies and gentlemen, and she was saying that she is potentially being made redundant in 2027. But how great is that? She's thinking that that potentially is going to happen. She's not going to wait around and see if it happens. She's going to get her qualification under her belt. And with a lot of courses that you do, they can take you years to do. So it's really great to be able to learn this relatively quickly. I think this lady is probably going to sign up this evening before deadline because she has taken it that she is needing to do something different. If you're not happy, never ever let anyone dull your sparkle. Again, something you'll hear me say a lot. So let me tell you a little bit about how the course looks and how you can get to where you want to be. So the course starts very soon. So if you've got children about to go back to school and it's a bit of you time, it's the perfect time for you to get started. We run the course 4 times a year, the course that I'm talking about now. It is February, May, September and November. Bear in mind that September's course, you will have finished your learning before the end of the year. How good is that? So the learning side of the Ultimate Admin, have a look on the website if you're not sure what that is. It's simply supermums.org. So you can look it up, go to where it says training, do the drop down and choose a Salesforce administrator. And then if you slide down the page a bit, it will give you everything that's included. And you'll see why I'm suggesting the Ultimate Admin course, the one I did. But as I said, if you've got any questions, just come and find me. I'm always somewhere. You'll always find me. So your first 3 months will be your learning. So they look like 1 3-hour live session with your instructor online every single week. We do make provision for different time zones. So your live session in BST, in UK time zone, is either a Tuesday morning group with our lovely trainer, Kata, or a Thursday evening group with our lovely trainer, Michelle. So depending on which cohort you want to join, it will often be the Thursday evening at 6 o'clock live session will be our US friends and people that are working. Stay-at-home mums will normally choose Tuesday, but there's no one size fits all. You tell us whether you want to do a Tuesday morning every week or a Thursday evening. Every live session is recorded, so you can watch the recording afterwards if you can't make the live session. We all know how busy everyone can get, especially, with families. So to reiterate, 1 live session every week for 3 hours, plus you do structured and supported homework in a Salesforce fictional org that you do following your live session. So you show up for your live session and then you get to put it into practice over the following week. That becomes your homework, and that is marked by your one-to-one mentor who works in the industry. Again, if you want more information on that, if you want me to elaborate, I can do that. So your first 3 months are 1 live session every week for 3 hours, and then you carve out your own time to do your homework before your next session. There are often course break weeks that usually will follow school holidays. Obviously, I know different parts of the country at different times, but again, ask me and I can give you a schedule. So that's your first 3 months. In month 4, you'll do mock exams, you'll do study groups, exam guides, and you will likely be ready to sit your Salesforce Platform Administrator certification in month 4. Okay. Nothing stops there because you are always part of the community, this great supportive community that I mentioned to you. So, even if you're not ready to take your certification, we'll still help and support you. Now, so in 4 months, you've learnt the system, you've hopefully got your certification. How exciting is that? Because then you can start applying for job roles. And as I said, we have a recruitment team. You can onboard with them. You'll get job alerts. And like I said before, there are no 100% guarantees. You do need to sit the interview, but we will help and support you to get into where you want to be, to have the work from home, flexible work-life balance that you're probably watching this for. So months 5 and 6 are a 48-hour work experience project for a real organisation. So that is probably going to take about 12 hours a week, 10, 12 hours a week for you to do this project. The project is pro bono, but what it means is you've learnt the system, you've got your certification, so you can prove that you know the system, but really, really valuable. You can now add to your CV, to your resume, all of those lovely transferable skills and industry knowledge that I talked about, alongside your Salesforce certification. And also, you've done some work in the industry. And that, like I said, is really valuable. I am doing a Q&A, so anyone that is on here now, I can see there's some people on here, you are welcome to drop a message in the chat. As I said, if you're not live with me today and you're watching this at a later date, then you are very welcome. Oh, hello, I see somebody's just put a message. Did you have any questions for me? So I see somebody's just put a message that says hello, and they're looking at this through LinkedIn. If you are watching this, you can watch it on LinkedIn, you can watch it on Facebook, and it's also on YouTube. So again, if you're watching this next month, then obviously a lot of today's conversation isn't relevant, but you might think, I'm planning to join a later course. And if that's the case, then you can still come and find me and I can give you the next dates. But right here and right now, I'm talking to you about the next cohort that starts the beginning of September with the deadline today. So as I said, anyone is very welcome to drop the questions into the chat. They can email me. I can see there's a few WhatsApps come in, so I'm going to go through them in a minute. But if there's any questions you want right now, I'm here. Your question could well be a question that a few other people sat here are also wanting to know. Okay, so I have got a message in the chat, a question, and it says, I was wondering what the topic is about. Okay, so the topic is about Salesforce. Do you know what Salesforce is? Would probably be my question to throw back to you. I'll probably keep talking, but if you want to reach out to me, find me on LinkedIn. I'll tell you what, I will drop in my LinkedIn as well, because you can find me and send me a DM there if you like, because I know that you're watching this from LinkedIn. Let me just find you. Here we go. Right. So you can send me a DM, send me a WhatsApp. Okay. So there's nothing come back from this person. So I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your name. I'm going to give it a go. I think it is Caller with a K. Ah, okay, perfect. Was that correct? You know, so it says, yes, I know. Thanks for asking. So when you say, yes, I know, thanks for asking, and I'm saying Caller, because I'm hoping that's your name, you're saying that you know what Salesforce is. Have you had a look at our website to understand what we do? That's Supermums. And again, I'll tell you what, all of the questions can be answered. So I'm just going to drop into the chat. Let me just find it a second. the Salesforce administrator course, because that might be really useful for you, because there's loads of questions on there. Let me just, there's a Q&A on this, so you can have a look. So this is the actual administrator course, but there are other courses. I will just add all of the prices of any training course that we offer can be found under enroll today. So if you go down the page on the website I've just put on the chat, if you go down the page on admin, okay, it now says no, I haven't, unfortunately. So does that mean you haven't heard about Salesforce, or you haven't looked at the website? Probably is what you're saying. I'll tell you what I would do is I would have a look at the website, see what we do, and then contact me direct, and then I would be more than happy to give you a call. So I don't mind phoning you. So if you'd like me to phone you, I can go through things in more detail with you as an individual. I think the fact that you asked a question was great, but I'm not really sure if you know what Salesforce is, then I'm not sure what the question is, but I have put in my contact details so you can speak to me directly. And like I say, there's another WhatsApp just popped in now, so I don't know if that's you. I'm not going to go off here. I'm just going to keep talking. But listen, what I would say to anyone watching is Supermums is a superb community of people who all help and support each other. From very first conversation, from very first starting point, which is now for some of you, right the way through into careers. You're brushing shoulders with people in the industry. We're helping you with career advice. You're learning the system. So we're here to help you. So I can see now that, again, I'm not quite sure. Is it caller? Or I can see you put your name, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So I apologize. It says you haven't had a look at the website, but you'd love to. So please have a look at the website and then come back to me with any of your questions. So if you go onto the website, have a look down the page, first of all, at the different, because there's 4 different admin programs on there. I will just add that the essentials is exactly what it says on the tin. It's the live session only of the ultimate. So have a look at the tick boxes. I did ultimate before I ever worked here, and that's the one that I recommend to anyone starting out. I know that we have got some people that have already joined essentials, but they're people that have normally got a little bit of knowledge first. If you've already got some knowledge, have a look and see if you need the extra bits, because you can do essentials, of course you can. We do also offer, as I say, I don't want to blur the lines today. I don't want to muddy the waters. I don't want to confuse anyone. So I would say, oh, okay, I can see that it's an Arabic name. Okay, great. I'll tell you what, do you want to put in the chat how you say it? Or like I say, we can talk individually. We can talk one-to-one at some point. But, for anyone else watching, I don't want to be not available to answer the questions that you might have. But I'm going to reiterate that Salesforce is the #1 CRM in the world, used globally by over 90% of the Fortune 500. There are thousands of organizations from all industries that you could potentially go and work for. Again, I'm not saying that I'm going to guarantee you a job, but do you know what? If you are not sure where your career is going to take you and you want to learn something new, it's such a great product. You can learn. So just to say that the certification of the admin platform, Salesforce Platform Administrator, is 60 scored and 5 unscored questions, and they're all multiple choice. Again, you can do the exam from anywhere in the world. So you don't have to be in the UK to do the exam. But obviously you need to learn it before you can do the exam. And that's what I'm talking about helping you with. The deadline to enroll in the September cohort is today. So any questions, please come back to me. I'm going to be around all day and all evening, wherever you are in the world. So drop me a message and I will be more than happy to come back to you. I love watching people go on this journey. So like I say, I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to watch you go on the journey. And, you know, if it's something you want to do, then absolutely reach out to me. Obviously, if you, like I said, if you're not watching this live and you're watching it, you know, in a couple of weeks' time, then you might be looking at doing a later course. But again, reach out to me and I can give you an idea of when the dates and the times and the schedule is for the next courses. So if no one else has any questions, I'm going to leave it there. I've given you an overview of what the course looks like. I've told you today is a deadline. You need to sign up today to get on that September cohort. But like I say, if you need me, I'm here for you. You know, I say me, the team, we are all here to help and support you. So please let me know if I can help you. Failing that, I look forward to connecting with you on a one-to-one basis. You can book in some time with me as well. The only thing I would say is for this cohort, you won't have time, which is why I'm happy to phone you. So if you want me to phone you, then let me know and I'll be delighted to give you a call or answer your questions over email, over LinkedIn DM, Facebook, find me on Facebook, or you know, you can, I can give you a call. So however you want to talk today to get on that course, then let me know. So you've said, if you don't mind, can you give me your LinkedIn profile? I have popped that in already. Let me just put that in again in case you, oh no, that's the wrong one. Let me just find it. I did put it in there already. But if you look for, hang on, I'll find it again and I'll put it in again. If you look for Lynn Constantine, and then it's got heart, so you can't miss it, and then it says Supermums next to it. So you can't miss it, but I will, and Lynn is spelled L-Y-N. So let me just pop it back in. So, and then you can send me a direct message. We can have a chat over LinkedIn. That's normally an easy way. And I hope I hope you can see that. If you can't, when I come off this live session, I'll double check and see if it's in the chat. And if it's not, I'll put it in again. So like I say, I am here to help and support you. Deadline day is today. If you're planning to sign up, reach out to me with any of your questions or just go online and you can sign up. As I said, all of the costs of the courses can be found under, it's a blue button and it says enroll today, and you'll see the cost of any courses that you're looking at. So like I say, I wish you the best of luck, whatever you decide. If you need me, come and find me and I'd be delighted to help you. Take care and I'll see you next Wednesday live at 5. Thanks very much for joining. Take care. Bye.